Alright, first stop of the day is Bayside Wine and Spirits. I'll have to put the address and what town we're in down below because I got no idea. Alright, so this first store went in here, kind of just your basic selection overall. I was actually kind of disappointed walking in here. I thought that, you know, given the location of this one and the size of the store, there might be some better options. Did have some Woodford different selections up here. There's one of the pin hooks that I wasn't too sure on. 119 proof pin hook for 52. I'm gonna have to do a voiceover for a bunch of portions of this video. Pretty much all the stores that I go into over the course of these 2 days had a bunch of music playing, so apologies for having to do the voiceover, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do for YouTube. So they had a Elijah Craig toasted barrel up here, but those are so easy to find these days. That's sitting there at $85. They had the Jefferson's Tropics. I don't know if you guys have had that bottle or not. That bottle is extremely good. I know Jefferson's gets a lot of hate, but that Tropics bottle is an absolute banger if you haven't seen my review on that one yet. Even behind the counter here, they really didn't have much. They had almost nothing. A couple Hill Rocks. There's the Jacob's Pardon back there that I already got earlier in the video. Alright, didn't get anything at that first store. Second store is Westline Liquors. Looks a little podunky. We'll see what we got here. And it was. So there was almost nothing in this store. Your very basic selections of bourbon here. Almost really nothing even to speak about, except for the main star of the show right now. Just doing a little bourbon hunting, going around, see if anybody's got anything cool.
I got bourbon cream back here, Buffalo Trace.
No, not bourbon cream, just looking for regular bourbon stuff. Appreciate it though.
I have one guy, I believe he follows the damn truck around.
Oh, really?
Last week I got 3 allocated bottles. Before they were even off the truck, he came in the front door and goes, I want everything that's on that truck.
Oh, wow.
Bought a case of the bourbon cream and all the bottles. It was $600.
Oh, jeez. Well, I guess he got me then.
I think he follows the trucks around. People
Yeah.
do that around here.
Oh, I'm sure. I have no doubt.
That and for the Blanton's too. I didn't know people collect the
Yeah, the
letters.
toppers. Yeah, it spells out blends.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Blanton's person. I think they're overrated personally, but
People go nuts over that shit.
yeah. I appreciate it though.
No problem, sir. Try these liquor stores. You tried the big one yet?
No, I haven't tried them.
Shelbyville?
No.
On 113 right next to the food line.
Okay.
They're like the mother one of this one. Big ass place. They got everything, bro.
Alright.
Go there next, seriously.
Alright, I'll check them. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Alright, so nothing in there, but that guy was cool at least. So check them out if you're ever nearby, and whoever that guy is following the truck, all bourbon hunters hate you. Alright, next stop by recommendation is Big Liquor Shop in Selbyville, Delaware. Still no tax here. So this store definitely had a large selection here. This aisle was huge. You got a Knob Creek 12 sitting here for $75. Still a little high for me. I've gotten that much lower. But the Knob Creek 18 there for $175. That I think might be the lowest I've ever seen the Knob Creek 18. And if I wanted to spend that kind of money currently, I thought about it. But then I see it. The ECBP, that's the B524 sitting there for $80. Remember, that is no tax there. I checked the whole line. It was mostly B524s and one A124 in that line there. No special dunkers on any of the Maker's Mark or anything like that. But overall, a pretty nice selection here at the Big Liquor Shop. They got the Frank August there. There's one of the discos. I can't quite remember which one that was. The Redwood Empire Grizzly Beast. So they also had a few store picks here. I'm not really going to show too many of those here in the final edit, but one of them was one of these Heaven's Door picks right here. I considered that because it was $60, $70, something like that for like 118, 19 proof or something like that is what they had their store pick at. Jack Single Barrel Proof 131.5 and a Single Barrel Proof Rye at 130.8. Very good selection here. So yeah, those are always good ones, but I have 2 bottles of each of them currently, so I didn't currently need a re-up on any of those. But if you guys saw my TikTok, those are some of my everyday drinkers that I really like to go to. Got some of the tin cups, got the Rittenhouse down there, but this 1420, I was like, what the heck is this? It was some kind of not even like full bourbon drink or something like that. So quickly put that back down and moved along my way. Got the green rivers down there, some of the rabbit holes, just, bib and tuckers. They got just a little bit of everything here, and sprinkled in there was a few of the goodies. You can see the Old Carter Rye up there. That was for $250. A couple of the Purple Tops, the 10-year was $500. They had the Old Elk Infinity Blend. I think that was just under $200. So they had a couple nice looking bottles up there behind the shelf, but nothing that I pulled the trigger on. Okay, so I did get the ECBP B524 in there for $80, no tax, of course. They did actually have a couple Purple Tops. They had a 10-year Purple Top at $500, and they had a Old Carter Rye at $250. I considered those, but it was just more than I wanted to pay today. It is pretty much a tradition every time I come here every summer that I go to Beach Liquors and check out what they have. So Beach Liquors, they always have a bunch of store picks, but it seemed like this year for some reason it was the exact same store picks that they maybe hadn't been able to sell through from last summer when I was here. If you guys go check out my bourbon hunting at the beach video from last summer, I come into the store and pretty much all of these, except for maybe the Maker's Mark, are all the same store picks. So a little disappointed in that. Was hoping to see a few good store picks. You can see up there they got a Russell's 13, a few Old Carters. They were all super high priced. This store is definitely a tourist trap. It's the biggest store right in the main part of Bethany Beach. They've once again got a few ECBPs here. I believe they were all A124s. I did look through the entire stack again there just to see. You never know if you're going to find a floating C923 around somewhere, but no chance here. I do go back and make sure just a little bit later after checking those two. I considered this the first time I've seen the Larceny Barrel Proof B524. They had it at $80, but I just couldn't justify spending $80 for the Larceny when I just spent $80 for the ECBP. So as much as I want that bottle, I ended up not buying that one because it was just a little too much. You can see a few Parker's Heritages up there, Kentucky Owl, a Blanton's Gold, Rock Hill Farms, Elmer T. Lee. Those were all like $400, $500, $600 for all of those bottles sitting up top there. So definitely not going to be picking any of those up today. Got the Michters out here. There's the Trailblazer. That's one of their store picks that they had from last year as well. Cellar aged up there for $600. 10-year at $300. Oh, they got the twice barreled up there, but it's $500. That is a little crazy. Yeah, a little crazy indeed. So definitely not going to be purchasing any of those bottles today, especially when I got my Jack 10 and 12 for basically $100 each combined on each of them recently. So not going to be picking any of those guys up today, and just kind of checking out the rest of the selection here. Pretty decent selection, nothing overly crazy until you look at the behind the counter. Look at all those Purple Tops sitting up there. A couple Van Winkles, Heaven Hill 18-year, but those were all insane prices. That Heaven Hill 18-year was $1,800. Everything up there is, I think the minimum was like $1,200. You weren't going to find anything back on that top shelf there that was less than $1,200. But I did go back and check out this Jacob's Pardon sitting here for $100. This is the Batch 2. I've never had a Jacob's Pardon before, and I don't think I've really ever seen them on shelves, so I was considering this one today. All right, so went with the Jacob's Pardon Batch 2. So $100, but no tax on this thing at all. So age minimum of 8 years, coming in at 109 proof. So Batch 2, 100% Tennessee whiskey. We'll see if this thing is anything good soon. Okay, so just wanted to go over the full whiskey haul that I got on this trip. There was 2 more stores that I went into and actually bought bottles, but I didn't have my recording equipment with me when I went. So of course the first bottle that I got there was the ECBP B524 for $80, coming in at 130.6 proof, 11 years, 2 months old on this age statement. No tax on that one, so just $80 straight up. Then the second bottle, of course, was the Jacob's Pardon. This is the Batch 2. This was $100, but once again, no tax. Batch 2 coming in at 109.3 proof, and it's aged a minimum of 8 years. So I've heard, I think, pretty good things about these Jacob's Pardons. I'm not a huge fan of not being really able to see the whiskey in the bottle. It is not actually black. It's like a black gray, but you can kind of see through it with the light behind it, but still, I really like being able to see it. So then I went to a store on our way to Ocean City that I got a bunch of my old Carters in last year, so I figured I'd stop in there and see if they had anything of interest. They had a few cigar blends, but they were like $2.50, so I passed on those. But I did pick up my first Redwood Empire. Got my first Redwood Empire. This is the Pipe Dream at cask strength, coming in at 58.4%. So I have tried it once, 116.8 proof. I don't know if this is, tried Redwood Empire once, I should say. I don't know if this is the bottle I tried. I remember thinking it wasn't overly amazing, but everyone talks so good about these Redwood Empires, especially the cask strength, and I've never seen the cask strength anywhere around me. So I figured I would pick up my first bottle of Redwood Empire. And then finally, I actually stopped at Edgewater Liquors in Edgewater, Maryland on the way home, because a lot of people have told me that's a really good store. And I got my one bottle that I've been trying to get forever, but I've never found it for less than $120. I got a Bernheim barrel proof. This is the A224. It's coming in at 125.2 proof. Mash bill of 51% wheat, 37% corn, and 12% malted barley. And I got this for $69. This one did have tax because it was in Maryland. But I'm excited to get this one because I've wanted to try it. You guys, if you follow me at all, know that I'm a huge Heaven Hill guy. So I'm excited to finally get one of these bottles and not have to pay well over $100 for it. Got this down towards where MSRP is supposed to be. So we'll try and get all these reviews up on the channel soon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you hit like and subscribe. I'll see you for the next one.